Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another World of Warships Wednesday. Today, I'm going to be bringing you the best match I've had so far with my U.S.S. New York Tier 5 American battleship, the BB-34. I have a lot of trouble with this ship just because the guns for me, I don't know if it's for everyone, but the guns for me are just so inaccurate at both long range and even at short range. Whenever I'm either firing in a complete broadside salvo or fire the guns individually, doesn't matter. They just seem to fly everywhere. So it's been kind of disappointing to me because I really want the U.S.S. New York to be really, really good because that's where I'm from. So I want the New York to be amazing, and it's kind of not. I'm pretty close now. I'm getting pretty close to the grind for the New Mexico, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll be a little sad to sell the New York for scrap, but if I get some extra range and some extra accuracy out of the guns, I will call it a win. So I've had a lot of trouble getting really good, decent battleship matches. Either I don't get a lot of hits, or I should have like 2 or 3 kills, but by the time I can reload for the finishing kill, somebody else gets the kill on it, so I get some decent hits and decent damage, but I don't get any kills, or the ships are just so hard to get turned around and steered and get into around the battle that I end up not being close enough to the battle for half the time. But this battle went pretty good. It takes a little bit to get going here, of course, but it ends up being alright. So initially, we're steaming a bit northwest here, and Go Ninja Ninja's right in front of me, and he's like called out, he's been detected, and it's not really surprising. There's that little island right up there in front of us. So surely there's a destroyer cruising in right behind that.
Enemy force detected.
So there's a Furutaka up there heading south. Looks like the bulk of their fleet is heading south to consolidate at their defense point. And we had actually asked our guys if they were going to come north and join us at our defense point, and they kind of didn't really answer, or I don't know, didn't seem like they even considered the idea, so. So we've got 2 torpedo squadrons and a bomber squadron getting a little close for comfort there, but they're not targeting in at me. They're going after the other guys that are much closer to their fleet up there. Torpedoes everywhere in the water. So I've got a pretty good angle on this Furutaka here. I'm not the only one shooting at him. But I got a pretty good hit on his Citadel. That was a big ol' hit. That made me pretty happy. Of course, now at this point, all that damage I just did to him, he's going to take a ton of other hits before I can get reloaded. But it doesn't really matter because he gets out of my range before I can reload as well, so he's on fire, he's burning out. That should be the end of him in a moment. And there he goes. So that's one ship down. Now this Minikaze can get up close to me in a hurry if I'm not careful and don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I've got 3 cruisers out in front of me, so I've got a pretty good screen against the destroyer, but... And there's not really... I'm pretty close to the edge of the map, and he can't really get close to the edge of the map, any closer to the edge of the map without us, myself, or my cruisers out here seeing him, so... Not doing too bad. It's not too dangerous there for him to be there. So something is in our cap. I'm going to head that way. See what I can see. Presumably, it's a destroyer that came in low across the islands, across probably D row, and then snuck in between the 2 islands there at D7 and D6. And there he is.
Reporting the target position.
So we can't see this destroyer in the smoke and in the just distance that he is away from us. And I certainly don't want to close in closer with a destroyer in there. That's super dangerous for a big, slow battleship like mine. So you can see Ninja telling our carrier to keep his planes there so we can keep him spotted. And he sort of does, and then he doesn't. His torpedo planes are there, and then they're just gone. And the destroyer ends up disappearing again. So all you carrier drivers out there,
Direct front.
this is an important lesson. Your team can really use your planes as spotters even if they're not actively attacking. There went his planes. His plane went up and launched torpedoes, and then he took them back home. You could launch the torpedoes, that's fine, but leave your planes there so we can see where this destroyer is. So we can knock it out or see his torpedoes coming. If he's then able to launch torpedoes back at us, especially when it's a Japanese ship that can launch torpedoes from pretty good distances. I'm getting hits on this guy, but unfortunately just not doing a lot of damage. So now he's running back away from me, and now I've lost sight of him because our planes aren't there. But so I'm noticing too, out of the corner of my eye there, those other guys are getting an awful lot closer. Coming up the center there. Luckily, I do manage to score 2 hits there out of after the first 2 shots missed horribly. Those 2 both hit him pretty good and finally finished him off. So our base is no longer under attack. Unfortunately, I didn't get a defend base flag there because he was outside of the circle, but still counts as a defense on our base because I chased him away. And then look at this beautiful burning New Mexico that's going to sail into an island right here. I actually thought I had started lagging there for a second when he just stopped and wasn't moving. Then I realized, no, he's stuck. He ran into the island. So he's already been set on fire. He's just got hit by a bunch of torpedoes. I'm pretty sure that he has to have used his repair here. So I'm waiting for these shells to reload, and then I'm going to switch it over to HE and try to set him on fire again, because his fire just went out there, so he's surely... by now, he's burned his repair. So we'll get all these shells off and then switch everything over to HE. And then if you notice in the chat, Ninja's talking again. All the way, they're the two cruisers all the way over in the west that are charging down on the carriers on the other team. And they do an excellent job over here of distracting a lot of attention away from all of us over here on the east side, and it ends up helping out a lot. And boy, those guns are sure starting to look awfully big off the back of that New Mexico. Yee. Scary. All my guns are finally reloaded. So, time to send some high explosive care packages over to the New Mexico. And then switch her all back over to armor piercing. Got 8 good hits out of 10 shots there, set him on fire again.
The ship is on fire.
Got set on fire myself, but I was able to use my own repair. And I've certainly got a lot more health to spare and to play with than he does, so pretty good trade. And he burns out from
Our team is taking the lead.
another ship that set him on fire, and that's fine. A lot of people did a lot of damage to him, so I'm not going to even come close to claiming that that should have been my kill or anything. That was fine. That was a good effort by everybody there to finish him off. That Molotov just took a big old Citadel hit. And he's being pretty well dealt with by the guys over there, so I'm going to concentrate on this Königsberg here. See if I can get some good hits on him from this distance. And yeah, no, not really. I overshot a little bit with those shells, but not too bad. But I still missed with all of them. Well, except for one. Still, 23 hits with the New York for me is a fantastic round. And there's still a round to go. That right there, that's something I've been trying to do for just weeks in World of Warships. Fire off my shells, then hit the Z button to track the shells in and have the shell that I'm watching actually hit the ship. This time, of course, it doesn't do it. But that's usually what happens is they splash around. But that one, I was so happy that I finally was able to hit the Z button and have the shell actually track into the ship. Would have been even better if it was a Citadel and hit the side armor, but it hit him at least. Just continuing to work on this Königsberg that's more or less indifferent to me shooting at him. He's totally focused on our carriers up there. And he gets picked off by somebody else as well, which is fine. I wasn't really finishing him off particularly there, but I picked up a few more hits there. And there's the knockout blow on their carrier. So they're out of carriers now. They've got 2 cruisers left. We're looking awfully good, and this made me so happy coming up here, trying as hard and as hard and as hard as I can to get my ship to turn. And just timed it all just right. Woo! So close. I love that. That was a great torpedo dodge. It was not accidental, but just great timing, because I was trying to turn faster than that, but I just couldn't get the ship to haul around. But it ended up turning just right. So I'm actually inside their base, capturing it with the battleship, which was pretty funny. Good spot to be. And definitely all the attention that those guys drew away on the attack on their carriers definitely helped us over here at the rest of the map. One decent hit there on the cruiser, not great. And now he's the only ship left. 7 minutes left in the battle. We're going to cap it. We've got a huge lead in the score. So I'm really just trying to keep this guy away from the capture point. I'll take the capture or the kill here. Doesn't really matter to me. The kill, of course, makes for a better video. And with this salvo out there, good night, Irene. And that takes care of it. Kill number 2 and the game-ending kill. And we win. So not too bad. I look at 2 Citadels and 2 ships sank and 31 target hits as a huge, huge battle for my New York. It's not usually that good, so you can see the scores and the amount of damage and everything that I pulled off here. And I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pretty quick battle, and look forward to bringing you guys another one. Take care.